and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm in Ponytown because I want to talk about some exciting things, or not really exciting things, but interesting things. If you don't know, we recently got the update to allow you to customize the entire party island. Yes, that's right, this entire party island is customizable. I'm using it for a set of different games here. I have 6 different games here, just all lined up on this side of the house. That's right, I have 6 games over here on this island, and I'm not even using half the island yet. So there's definitely plenty of room to add several games to your party house and everything like that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the fact that we got this. What's next? Now that we've gotten, full island customization and everything like that, what is next for Ponytown? And I think I have an idea of what might be next for Ponytown. Now, keep in mind that this entire video is going to be pure speculation and theory and everything like that, but I want to just, go over my thoughts and everything like that of what I think could be coming to Ponytown and what I think is next for Ponytown, because this was kind of a big deal, but it's still a big deal. But what's next? What's the ultimate thing here? Now, starting off, since this is the latest thing, I think the next big step is something to do with the caves. So if we go to the caves, I think personally, if I'm being completely honest here, I think the ultimate next thing is for Ponytown to fix a couple more things and then get ready for a beta release. Currently the game is in alpha, and that means it's like very early and all that stuff, alpha nonsense and everything like that. So I think the next big thing is for them to enter a beta stage. Now, to enter a beta stage, they need to be like within a year's worth of launching the full game. So I think the next big thing for them to do here is to actually take a look at the caves and come up with some ideas on what they can do with these caves, because right now there's not many reasons to go here. Now, obviously, you can go here for, the ropes or these crystals, so you can get a crystal lantern and stuff like that. You can do those things, or you could come up here, you can get like a pickaxe out of this toolbox and everything like that. There's options to go here. There's reasons to go here, but there's nothing to sort of keep you here. Now, normally, when I go in these caves, there's almost no one here. Usually there's like maybe 3 people, and usually people go here to kind of have like a private but also public conversation at the same time, so they're not bothered by randoms and stuff like that. I mean, you're still going to get bothered by randoms because anyone can access these caves. What the fuck are these? I don't want to know, but you get my point. There's usually not many people here, and when there are many people here, it's probably part of some kind of big either regiment meeting or species meeting. I think what they need to do is, if they want to get ready for this beta release, as I'm theorizing they're about to do or work on next, I think they need to find a way for there to be a reason to go to these caves. Right now, there's not much reason other than the couple things I mentioned there about, if you want to get roped, this is the only place you can do it. Stuff like that. Now, I think something they could do to make it worth going here and everything like that is to actually take a look at these crystals and everything else, and maybe do some kind of thing similar to how they have the clovers or the flowers or whatever else. Maybe they should have it to where there's a special kind of crystal that appears randomly on the map, only in the caves though, of course, and it could be like a collecting thing. You have to have a pickaxe or something like that. Here, let me eat my banana and go over here and get a pickaxe real quick. So let's say you have to have a pickaxe to pick it up, and every once in a while there'll be some kind of special golden crystal or maybe some random colored crystal that isn't blue, and that signifies that, oh yes, you can pick that up, but you have to have a pickaxe. So you run over here and you tap it or whatever like that, or you click it, and it will give you that thing, and it'll give you a counter, sort of how if you do slash clovers, see how it does, like it tells me how many clovers I collected. So let's say you just go around here and you can collect these, and they appear randomly throughout the cave, so you never know if it's going to be over here by this suspicious looking pool of water, or over here in this section over here where these weird creepy headless creature things are. Maybe they just appear randomly in different places, and the idea is that you can go here and you can collect them, and once you get X amount, maybe you have access to a new item, or maybe you have access to a new area when you have so many of them. There's different ideas that you can play around with that, but I think having it to where you can collect random crystals that appear, sort of how you collect the clovers or the gifts during holiday seasons or the whatever else, but it'd be like a year-round thing, so they just appear in the caves and you collect them with that. I think that could be a way for them to improve the caves, because I definitely think there needs to be something done with these caves, because there's not much going on here. Another thing could be that, you know, maybe if you go way over here to the far left, maybe there's a new expansion or something like that. It leads you to this mazy type area or something like that, and you can go play in a maze or something. There's different ideas you can play around with that, but I think you know, doing something to the caves is the next best, most logical option for them to do. Now, I don't know what they're planning, but I do kind of hope it is something to do with the caves, because there's nothing going on here. You know, it was like a huge deal when it first came out. Everyone was rushing to the caves, you know, trying to unlock the mysteries of the cave, but then they realized there's nothing to figure out in the caves. It's just a new area, and there's not much really drawing you to this new area besides, oh, I need a pickaxe, or oh, I want a crystal lantern real quick. Okay, there's my crystal lantern. I'm gone. I'm never coming back to the caves unless I need another crystal lantern. You know, that's the sort of thing that we need to fix to give, you know, a new a reason to go there, something that's going to keep people going there over and over and over again, and something to give them something to do when they are there. And next up on here, this sort of list of things, I guess you could say, of what I think should come to the game next. We have essentially a very simple one here. I think the next big thing for them to do is start focusing more heavily on the requests that they've already gotten. The island thing was something that they most likely had planned since basically the beginning, like basically ever since they introduced the party island. That's probably something they were planning since then. I can't say for sure though, but it was heavily requested and everything like that. And like rotated beds, that was again something that was heavily requested, and we got it in this update even though they didn't have to give it to us. I think what they need to do is they need to focus more heavily on requests, and I do believe that that's possibly what they're going to start doing, is start focusing a little bit more on some of the more common requests. Stuff like actually being able to rotate all the furnitures, so being able to rotate the beds, you know, in 2 new directions, like upside down and you know, vertically or whatever. It would be nice to be able to rotate them that way and everything like that. Different stuff like that, you know, being able to rotate other objects that might make sense to rotate. All of these are stuff that I think, you know, will come to the game eventually, and I think it's something that they're going to start thinking about now that they've had the full island update and everything, but there's not much for them to do with the island now, so I think the best thing for them to do is focus on the caves and then focus on these requests that they've gotten a large amount of. Different things like, you know, just everything from the smallest thing to the biggest request. I think all of them are going to start, you know, they're going to start taking a you know, good look at them and being like, okay, that's something we can do. Let's focus on that until we can get, you know, ready for the beta release, because I think the beta release is the next huge major thing coming, if you don't count the caves. If they are getting ready for the, you know, beta and everything like that, then it makes sense that they're going to tweak the caves a little bit more to kind of, you know, give us more reasons to go there as well. Maybe some new structures on the main map or something like that. You know, maybe we get a new building or something like that that's just a simple little cafe, or maybe it's some simple little you know, a hotel type thing or something like that. I don't really know, but it would make a lot of sense for them to add, you know, maybe another building on the main map, maybe some kind of new thing on the map for us to interact with, some kind of just different ideas and stuff like that, that they've probably gotten tons of requests for. Maybe even a hedge maze like I've requested before in the past. I think they're going to, you know, start looking at requests. They're going to start, you know, making tiny little things here and there to the main island, as well as some, you know, a little bit bigger stuff to the caves, and then ultimately we're going to go to a beta release. But the question is, what is that beta release going to have? What's going to be the big deal about this beta release, other than the fact that it's going to come right before the major release? I think, and this again, this is all theory and speculation, but I believe that the next thing that we're going to get, you know, the next major thing, you know, after the caves and these tiny little things here and there, you know, maybe next year at some point, maybe a year after that, you know, before we get the beta release, the next thing that I think we're going to get is we're going to get mini games. I think we're going to start getting mini games. You know, I think it's going to be a while before we get those, because, you know, they just spent 9 months just to give us full island customization. So it's going to obviously take more than possibly a year for them to get any kind of mini game going out, but I think that's something that we can, you know, expect at some point, especially since, you know, it's kind of the only thing left for the game to do besides just continue being what it is right now, which is just a virtual chat room that, you know, you make your own, so to speak, like what I've done here with the islands. I've made 6 games here. You know, that's kind of the point in Ponytown, but I think, you know, having something to lure in more people, stuff like mini games and stuff like that, that is something that I think is going to ultimately come. And the question then becomes, what are these mini games going to be like? What are these mini games that we are going to get? Now, I'm not going to say we're going to get them, but what are these mini games going to be? Now, I think it's going to range from simple things like tic-tac and tic-tac-toe to weird things that they come up on their own, to all kinds of things, maybe even checkers or chess or something like that, maybe simple games like a race type thing or something like that. You know, I imagine they're going to be very, very simple type games and stuff, so who knows, but I'm very interested and very excited to see what they may be if they ever do come, because if we do get a, you know, a technically full released version of Ponytown, I think that full thing would be something like minigame section. Now, I don't know how they would do the whole minigame thing. Maybe you have to go to the caves to do that, or maybe it's something, you know, near spawn or near the dev area where you just go there and there's a set of signs and you can just pick and choose one. Or maybe there's a set of boats here on the ocean. Maybe they expand the ocean over here a little bit more and they just have some kind of thing where you can just kind of, you know, walk over here and you want on that boat, that sends you there or whatever. Or maybe it's just a matter of it's something that you can place on your party island yourself and, you know, join. Or maybe it's something as simple as let me click this person here and then hit this settings thing and then go invite to game, and then you click it and then it has like a list of options over here somewhere, and it's like, oh yeah, let's play that one, and then you invite them to play tic-tac-toe or whatever it is, and if they accept, maybe you both teleport to the game. That's another option of, you know, another way of them doing it. But the thing is, it's gonna come. There's almost no doubt in my mind that they're gonna do these things. I truly believe that we're going to get, you know, new things to the cave, specifically some kind of collecting type thing, you know, with the crystals and everything like that. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that we're gonna, you know, get some tiny little changes to the main map, you know, stuff like structures and everything else like that. There's no doubt in my mind that we're gonna get these types of things. I definitely, out of all of these things, definitely doubt that there will be any kind of sort of major mini game sort of update, at least anytime soon. If it does come, it would definitely be, you know, with the full release or the beta, in which case it will be more than a year away from now. Again, considering the fact that they spent 9 months to give us that huge island update. So anyway, these are my ideas and my thoughts on what is next for Ponytown. Something else I want to mention here real quick is that I think that there may be some form of sound effects or some kind of new thing with certain effects and stuff like that. We might get new effects, so to speak, if that makes sense. Maybe sound effects for when we're walking, or maybe some kind of wind type thing, maybe weather or something like that. I think these are going to be kind of like the main things that end up coming next, and I would love to hear what you think would be coming next. And if you do have any ideas or theories on what the next major thing is, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make a full video on that specific idea that you have. But anyway, let's just end that off there, and until next time, please do like, subscribe, and share, and do all of those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. That's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.